Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are diving deep into the world of S3 object storage.
That's right.
That efficient way to store tons of data,
Yeah,
that's becoming so popular these days.
it is.
We'll be exploring how it can give you that cloud-like performance and scalability, but right on your own premises.
So you get that cloud-like performance, but without the cloud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But before we get into the nuts and bolts,
Yeah.
I think it would be helpful to take a step back.
Sure.
You know, for those of us who may not be data storage experts, could you explain what S3 object storage is
Absolutely.
and why it's such a big deal these days?
In the simplest terms, S3 object storage is a way of storing data as objects rather than files or blocks.
Okay.
Think of it like storing things in labeled containers.
I like that analogy.
Each object contains the data itself, its metadata, and a unique identifier.
Okay.
This makes it incredibly efficient for storing and retrieving large amounts of data,
So it's all about efficiency.
especially unstructured data like images, videos, and log files.
Right. So instead of having that complicated hierarchy of folders and files,
Yeah.
we're talking about a more streamlined container-based approach.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like it could really simplify things, especially for organizations dealing with those massive data sets.
And because S3 object storage was originally developed for the cloud, it's inherently designed for scalability and high availability.
So it was born in the cloud.
Now we're seeing that same technology being brought on premises, giving businesses more options for managing their data.
So best of both worlds.
Precisely.
Okay, so that's the what of S3 object storage.
Mm-hmm.
But let's talk about the how. How does someone actually implement local S3 object storage?
Well, there are a couple of different approaches. You could go with a virtualized approach,
Okay.
like what StoneFly offers.
Oh, StoneFly. They're a big name in the data storage world.
They are.
I've heard good things.
They offer something called the Storage Concentrator Virtual Machine, or SCVM for short.
SCVM.
This is a great option if you are already running a virtualized environment and want a seamless integration with your existing infrastructure.
So if you're already comfortable with virtualization, you can spin up an S3 compatible storage solution,
Yeah.
right, within your existing setup.
Exactly.
That's pretty convenient.
And the beauty of StoneFly's SCVM is that it's compatible with popular hypervisors like VMware, Hyper-V, and KVM.
So you've got options.
You do.
Flexibility is always good,
It is.
especially in the IT world.
Plus, it integrates with popular backup software like Rubrik Veeam and Commvault.
Oh, so it plays nicely with the tools that businesses are already using.
It does.
That's smart.
That kind of integration is key for businesses that relied heavily on those backup and recovery tools.
Streamlines everything, right?
It does, reduces complexity.
Makes life easier.
Exactly.
But what if you're not already heavily invested in virtualization?
That's a great question.
Are there other options for getting on board with local S3 object storage?
Absolutely. StoneFly also offers purpose-built S3 object storage appliances.
Okay, so this is a different approach.
It is.
More of a hardware-based solution.
These are pre-configured hardware solutions that make setting up local S3 storage a breeze.
Plug and play, essentially.
They are designed for high scalability so they can grow with your data needs.
Scalability is key. Data just keeps growing and growing these days.
Does.
It's like a never-ending tidal wave.
They come in different series.
Okay, so there are options to fit different needs.
There are like their XS series and XD series
I see.
to meet various performance requirements.
So whether you need a simple entry-level solution or a powerhouse to handle those massive data demands,
StoneFly has you covered.
sounds like it.
They've really thought through the various needs businesses might have when it comes to implementing S3 object storage on premises.
And they've been doing this for a while, right?
They have. They've been in the data storage game for a long time.
So they know what they're doing.
And they really understand the complexities businesses face.
Expertise is crucial, especially when you're dealing with something as mission-critical as data storage.
It is.
Speaking of expertise, I understand StoneFly's S3 object storage solutions have been getting some serious recognition in the industry.
That's right. They were recently named a top 5 mid-market S3 backup target by a leading independent technology analyst firm.
Wow, top 5, that's impressive.
It is a huge testament to their quality and reliability.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah,
StoneFly seems to be a major player in the local S3 object storage space.
they are.
And it sounds like they're doing a lot of things right.
They are.
But what really sets them apart from the competition?
You know, one of the things that really impressed me is their focus on data security.
Okay, security is huge these days.
Absolutely. StoneFly takes a multi-layered approach to protect your data, especially against the ever-present threat of ransomware.
Ransomware, that's the big one these days.
They have these innovative technologies called air-gapped vault and always-on air-gapped storage.
Air-gapped vault. Those are some cool-sounding names.
Essentially, they create isolated copies of your data,
Right.
making it much harder for cyber criminals to get their hands on it.
So even if hackers manage to breach your main systems,
Yeah,
they can't touch those air-gapped backups.
that's the idea.
That's a serious layer of protection.
And StoneFly takes it a step further with their always-on air-gapped storage.
Always on.
This technology continuously replicates your data to an air-gapped location,
I see.
ensuring that you always have a recent protected copy available.
So it's like having a constant stream of backups flowing to that secure fortress.
Exactly.
That sounds incredibly robust.
It is.
But ransomware protection is only one piece of the puzzle, right?
It is.
What other features and capabilities make StoneFly's S3 object storage solutions stand out?
Well, in addition to their robust security measures, StoneFly offers a range of features
Okay.
designed to optimize performance efficiency and data management.
All right, so tell me more about these features.
For example, they offer data deduplication.
Data deduplication. I've heard that term before.
It eliminates duplicate data blocks,
Yeah.
saving you valuable storage space and bandwidth.
So it's all about efficiency,
It is.
making the most of your resources.
Exactly.
Data deduplication always sounds great in theory,
It does.
but does it really make a noticeable difference in practice?
It can make a huge difference,
Really?
especially if you're dealing with large data sets that contain a lot of redundancy.
Okay, so for the right use case, it can really be a game changer.
StoneFly has seen customers achieve significant storage savings,
Give me some numbers. How much are we talking?
sometimes reducing their storage footprint by as much as 90%.
90%. Wow. That's a lot of space saved.
It is.
That translates to lower storage costs and a more efficient use of resources.
It does.
All right, what else is in StoneFly's bag of tricks when it comes to local S3 object storage?
Another great feature they offer is automated tiering.
Automated tiering. Okay.
This lets you set policies to automatically move data between different storage tiers.
So you can keep your most active data on high-performance storage
Yep.
and move less frequently accessed data to more cost-effective tiers.
That's right.
That's smart. It's like having a dynamic storage system
Yeah.
that constantly optimizes itself based on your usage patterns.
Precisely.
Keeps things running smoothly.
And keeps costs under control.
Okay, so automated tiering, that's another big one for StoneFly.
Yes.
Anything else?
And to top it all off,
Okay, the cherry on top.
they offer worm storage.
Worm storage.
It's write once, read many,
Okay,
which creates immutable copies of your data.
so you can't change it once it's written.
That's right.
Makes sense for things like archiving and compliance.
This is ideal for long-term archiving compliance requirements and protecting against accidental or malicious deletions.
So worm storage, that's another big plus for StoneFly.
It is.
I'm starting to see why StoneFly is getting so much recognition for their S3 object storage solutions.
Yeah.
They've clearly put a lot of thought into addressing the real-world challenges businesses face
They have.
when it comes to data management.
They really.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
And I have to say, I'm impressed.
Good.
StoneFly's local S3 object storage solutions sound incredibly robust and well-suited for today's data-driven world.
They are.
But let's pause for a moment and bring it back to our listeners. Why should all this matter to you?
Well, I think the key takeaway here is that data is growing exponentially.
It is.
And with that growth comes new challenges and complexities.
It's a data tsunami out there.
It is.
How you manage and protect your data is no longer just an IT issue.
Yeah,
It's a strategic business imperative.
absolutely.
Local S3 object storage is emerging as a powerful way to address these challenges head-on,
It is.
offering that scalability, flexibility, and security
Right.
that modern businesses demand.
And as we've learned, StoneFly is a leading provider of local S3 object storage solutions with a proven track record of innovation, customer success, and a deep understanding of the data management landscape.
They're the real deal.
Their technology isn't just keeping pace with today's challenges, it's setting a new standard for what data management can and should be.
And that brings us to an important question for our listeners.
Yes. How can you leverage the power of local S3 object storage to transform your data management strategy
Yeah.
and gain a competitive edge?
It's a question worth pondering.
It is.
while we're pondering those big picture questions.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in on one of the biggest concerns businesses face today:
Okay.
ransomware.
Ransomware.
It seems like every day there's a new headline about a company
I know.
getting hit with a devastating attack.
Yeah, it's a huge problem.
How does StoneFly's local S3 object storage approach
Right.
help mitigate that risk?
Well, StoneFly recognizes that ransomware is a major threat,
Yeah.
and they've built their S3 solutions with robust defenses in mind.
So they're not just ignoring the elephant in the room.
No, they're not.
They're taking it head on.
Absolutely.
Okay, we talked about those air-gapped vault and always-on air-gapped storage features earlier.
We did.
Those are game changers
They are.
when it comes to ransomware protection.
They really are.
But walk me through a real-world scenario.
Okay.
Let's say a company gets hit with a ransomware attack.
Okay.
Their systems are locked down. Their data is encrypted.
Yeah.
They're facing a massive disruption to their operations.
It's a nightmare scenario.
How do StoneFly's solutions come into play?
In that situation, StoneFly solutions could be a lifeline.
Okay, so they could be the heroes
They could be.
in this data disaster movie.
Because the air-gapped backups are physically isolated from the network.
Yeah.
They remain untouched by the ransomware.
Okay, so the bad guys can't get to them,
They can.
even if they've taken over everything else.
The company can then use those backups to restore their systems and data to a clean state.
So they can essentially rewind
Yeah.
back to before the attack happened.
Minimize downtime and mitigate the damage.
That's the key, right?
Yeah.
Minimize the impact. Absolutely.
Get back up and running as quickly as possible.
So it's like having an insurance policy for your data,
I like that analogy.
knowing that even in a worst-case scenario,
Yeah.
you have a secure, untainted copy to fall back on.
It's peace of mind,
It is.
knowing that you're protected.
And it's not just about recovering from an attack.
Okay, so it's about prevention, too.
It is.
Stopping those attacks from happening in the first place.
StoneFly solutions can also help prevent attacks.
How so?
They're immutable snapshots.
Right, we talked about those earlier.
Provide point-in-time copies of your data
Yeah.
that can't be modified or deleted,
Even by malicious actors.
even by malicious actors.
So it's like having a rewind button for your data,
Exactly.
allowing you to roll back to a point before the attack occurred.
That's incredibly powerful.
It is. But I imagine ransomware protection is
Yeah.
only one aspect of StoneFly's security strategy.
It is one aspect.
What other measures do they have in place to keep data safe?
Well, StoneFly takes a multi-layered approach to security. Okay, so it's not just one thing.
It's not just one thing.
It's a whole system.
Their solutions include robust encryption
Encryption, that's essential.
for data both at rest and in transit,
So your data is protected,
ensuring that your data is protected at every stage.
whether it's sitting on your servers
Yeah.
or moving across the network.
They also offer features like granular access controls,
Okay, so you can control who has access to what.
allowing you to precisely define who has access to what data,
That's important.
further reducing the risk of unauthorized access or data breaches.
So it's a comprehensive approach
It's,
that covers everything from preventing attacks
yeah,
to ensuring secure data access.
and protecting against data loss.
That's reassuring to hear. But security is only one piece of the puzzle.
It is.
We've also talked about performance and scalability.
Right, yeah.
How do StoneFly's solutions stack up in those areas?
StoneFly's solutions are built for high performance and scalability.
Okay, so they're not just secure.
They're not.
They're also fast and can handle a lot of data.
Their appliances, for instance,
Right. Those purpose-built hardware solutions.
are designed to handle massive data workloads with ease.
So no more bottlenecks
No more bottlenecks.
or frustrating delays
Exactly.
when accessing critical data.
They utilize high-speed networking.
Okay, so the infrastructure is there
It is.
to support that high performance.
And powerful processing capabilities
So they've got the horsepower,
to ensure fast data access and smooth operation.
even when dealing with demanding applications.
That's essential in today's fast-paced business environment.
It is. Everything is moving so fast these days.
It is.
But high performance often comes at a price.
Yeah.
What about the cost effectiveness of StoneFly's solutions?
That's a great
Are
question.
we talking about a premium investment here?
That's a common misconception about on-premises solutions.
Okay, so it's not necessarily more expensive
It's not necessarily more expensive.
than going with a cloud solution.
While there's an initial investment involved, StoneFly solutions often prove to be more cost-effective in the long run,
Interesting.
especially when compared to cloud storage.
So over time, you actually save money.
Remember those unpredictable egress fees we talked about earlier?
Oh, yeah. Those can really add up.
They can.
If you're moving a lot of data in and out of the cloud,
With local S3 object storage, you avoid those costs altogether.
okay, so that's a big plus.
Plus, you have more control over your storage expenses.
Right, so you're not at the mercy of the cloud provider
You are not.
and their pricing whims.
And you can scale your infrastructure as needed.
So you can start small
Yeah.
and grow as your needs grow.
Without being locked into a specific cloud provider's pricing model.
That makes a lot of sense.
Uh-huh.
It's all about having more predictability and control over your costs.
Yeah, it is.
But let's not forget about the human element here.
Okay.
Even with the best technology,
Right.
it's still important to have the right expertise and support
It is.
to manage your data effectively.
What kind of support does StoneFly offer its customers?
Well, that's where StoneFly really shines.
They do.
They pride themselves on providing exceptional customer support
They do.
and expertise.
They have a team of highly skilled engineers.
Okay, so you're not just talking to a call center.
You are not.
You're talking to people who really know their stuff.
And support staff who are available 24/7
24/7, that's important.
to assist with any issues or questions you might have.
So you're never left hanging.
They go above and beyond to ensure that their customers are successful in implementing and managing their local S3 object storage solutions.
So it's not just about selling you the technology.
No?
It's about making sure you can actually use it.
That kind of support can make a world of difference,
It really can.
especially for organizations that might not have a large IT staff
Oh, well.
or deep technical expertise in-house.
It's like having a trusted partner guiding you through the process,
It is.
ensuring that you get the most out of your investment.
And it's not just about technical support.
Okay, so there's more to it than that.
StoneFly also offers consulting services.
Oh, so they can help you figure out what you need
They can.
and how to set it up.
To help organizations design and implement the best possible data management strategy
Tailored to their specific needs.
through their specific needs.
That's a valuable proposition,
It is.
especially in today's complex data environment.
They take a holistic approach,
Okay, so they're looking at the big picture.
working closely with their customers to understand their business goals.
So it's not just about the technology.
It's not.
It's about the business.
Challenges and requirements, and then tailoring their solutions accordingly.
So it's a true partnership
It is.
with StoneFly acting as an extension of their customers' IT teams.
That's a valuable proposition.
But let's shift gears for a moment
Okay.
and talk about the future.
The future.
What are some of the emerging trends and innovations
Right.
in local S3 object storage?
That our listeners should be aware of. One of the most exciting trends is the integration of artificial intelligence.
AI, everyone's talking about AI these days,
And machine learning.
into S3 object storage solutions.
Right.
So we're talking about S3 object storage.
This allows for more intelligent data management,
Okay.
including automated data classification.
So the system can learn and adapt over time.
It can.
That's fascinating.
Predictive analytics.
Being able to anticipate what's going to happen.
And even proactive security measures.
So this system can actually prevent problems.
Before they even occur.
That's taking things to a whole new level.
It is. And StoneFly is at the forefront of these advancements.
So they're not just resting on their laurels.
No.
They're continuing to innovate.
Constantly innovating and pushing the boundaries of what's possible with S3 object storage.
That's what you want to see.
They're committed to delivering solutions that not only meet the current needs of businesses, but also anticipate and address the challenges of the future.
It sounds like StoneFly is a company that's truly dedicated to helping organizations harness the power of their data
They are?
and turned it into a strategic asset.
But let's bring it back to our listeners one more time.
Okay, time for the key takeaways.
Time for the key takeaways.
We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the ins and outs of local S3 object storage
We have.
and StoneFly's impressive offerings in this space.
What are the key takeaways you want our listeners to walk away with? Here are the essential points to remember.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Local S3 object storage offers a compelling blend of control performance security and cost-effectiveness.
Okay, so it's got it all.
That can revolutionize your data management strategy.
So it's not just about incremental improvements.
It's not.
It's about a fundamental shift.
StoneFly is a leading provider of local S3 object storage solutions.
Okay, so if you're looking for a solution,
With a proven track record of innovation, customer success, and a deep understanding of the data management landscape,
StoneFly is a name to remember.
now is the time to consider how local S3 object storage can benefit your organization.
Right, so don't wait.
Don't wait.
Start thinking about this now.
Helping you overcome data challenges, protect your valuable assets,
Because data is valuable.
and unlock the full potential of your data.
Those are powerful takeaways. And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Imagine a world where your data isn't a source of stress,
Yeah.
or vulnerability,
Yeah.
but a strategic advantage
Yeah.
that fuels innovation and growth.
Absolutely.
How can StoneFly's local S3 object storage solutions
Right.
help make that vision a reality?
That's the question every organization should be asking themselves.
For sure.
The way we manage and protect data.
Yeah.
It's not just an IT issue anymore.
It's not.
It's fundamental to success in today's world.
Couldn't agree more. And if any of this has resonated with you,
Yeah.
if you're ready to explore how StoneFly can help you elevate your data management strategy, I encourage you to visit www.stonefly.com
Yes.
or reach out to their team directly at sales@stonefly.com.
They're a great team.
They're ready to answer your questions and help you find the perfect fit for your needs.
They truly are a fantastic resource.
Absolutely. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
we've reached the end of our deep dive
We have.
into the world of local S3 object storage.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
Yeah.
But this is just the beginning of your data journey.
That's right.
Keep those questions coming.
Yes.
And stay tuned for our next episode of The Deep Dive.
Okay.
Where we'll be tackling another fascinating topic
Can't wait.
in the ever-evolving world of data.
It's always changing.
Until then,
Yeah.
happy data exploring.